Hello, welcome to Romantic Wednesdays with Poetry. I'm Alisa Agnes, your host, and I believe it's time to get real and spill some tea. Well, or coffee. So, today I have a bonus episode for you, and it means a song, yes. And the choice for today is Just Be My Angel. Yes, you will learn more about the song today. And well, it's already the sixth one from Silver Fields, part 2. And let me remind you that these two records come from my first novel, Laura's Diary, My Awesome Life, what is a little mix of such genres like romance, young adult, drama, comedy, and if it was a movie, then it would be also a musical because it's full of music. And Silver Frills, part 1 and part 2 are records where you can find over 20 songs from this novel, and Just Be My Angel is just one of those songs that you can find in my novel. So after such a beginning, I guess I can read you the lyrics of this song. And at first I also need to tell you that it's a bit different than one you can find in my novel, because I decided today to add to it the poem which I also wrote last year for my dad when he passed away. And this song at first was a song for my grandpa, who passed away 11 years ago. So just like that, this song is all about two very important men who disappeared from my life forever, unfortunately. And that's why I decided to put a poem in this, because it this song felt like it was never really finished. And maybe, I don't know, maybe I was waiting for this moment when I just lose one more person. Who knows? But well, let me read you these lyrics right now. So that's Just Be My Angel. I don't know where to go, I don't know what to say, I'm just afraid. I need to move on, but I'll never forget you. I'm looking around, this room is so empty, and I feel lonely. I hear the voice inside of me saying, you want to come in. All the memories, they always be perfect. That's all that I got left. Now you're looking at me from heaven, and I need you to be my angel. Just be my angel. 'Cause your love makes me feel stronger here. I'm not afraid as long as you remember me. Just be my angel. You gave me the best 26 years, and we did all we could to save your life. I hope you can forgive us. I promise I will make all your dreams come true, and I'm thankful I could spend one last day with you. You were the bravest. I hoped until the end you can see my wedding, play with my children, see the sea one more time. We thought we still have time. All the memories, they always be perfect. That's all that I got left. Now you're looking at me from heaven, and I need you to be my angel. Just be my angel. 'Cause your love makes me feel stronger here. I'm not afraid as long as you remember me. Just be my angel. And even though I know you're hurting no more, it's still breaking my heart to see you go. I want you to come home. Now you're looking at me from heaven, and I need you to be my angel. Just be my angel. 'Cause your love makes me feel stronger here. I'm not afraid. As long as you remember me, just be my angel. We will meet someday, but until then, goodbye, Dad. Rest in peace, Dad. So yep, that's this song. It's one of the longest that I've ever written, and that's, as I've already said, because I added the poem which I wrote last year. At first it was just made of the first verse and chorus and pre-chorus, and now it got a really long song because of this poem that I added. And it was written on the day when my dad passed away. And it happened at 2 a.m. and as soon as I found out, I started writing that poem, and I decided to put those verses here in this song. And to be honest, the very first moment when I wrote this poem, I felt like this is gonna be a part of this song, because I remembered that this song for my grandpa was never really finished, and it was a really short song. And now when I lost these two, the most important men from my life, from my family, I realized that it's this kind of tribute that I need to give them at once. So yep, that's all that I can tell you about this song. And well, I wrote this song 11 years ago, so I feel like that melody that I had in my mind was a bit lost, but when I today decided to look at these words, some melody came to me in a way. And that poem that I wrote for my dad was just a poem, it wasn't a song. And somehow I found a melody for those words as well. And well, now the story, how I wrote this and how I kind of imagined this as a song in my mind. So maybe let's look closer at these words that I wrote. So it's about this very first moment when you find out that somebody died. It's like you literally feel like life changed, and this room where they used to be got so empty right now, and you just look at the future and you don't know if you're gonna cope, because you never had a life without them in it. And at the same time you feel their ghost, like when you lost someone. I'm sure that you know this feeling as well, and they come to you not only in their in your dreams, but you can literally feel their presence when you go in places where they used to be. You can literally see them out there, and you can still feel their ghost. And maybe with time this feeling will disappear, but it's been almost a year since my dad passed away, because it happened in May. but I still have dreams, and I still think about things we used to do. And it's still very tough for me to learn this new life where I don't have a father anymore. And it's a really sad thing. Well, but let's look at the pre-chorus and chorus right now. So it's at the same time about memories. This person died, but you still have memories or photographs, and that's still really something. And when you remember that in other times people didn't have such things like videos and photos, then you can feel kind of happy that you live in such a very modern world where the piece of something that is gone still lives. And well, the chorus is some kind of a begging for them to be your angel, to look after you from heaven, to make you feel their love, because it simply makes you stronger, and you know that you'll be alright, and you won't be afraid, because you know that they are your angels, and they won't let any harm to happen to you. Well, so let's look at the poem right now. So it's made of all these little things that I still had in my mind when my dad passed away. So at first I was thankful that I could spend these 26 years with my dad in it, and I'm thankful that I had at least this little time. And it's also about a great sufferer, because you really wanted them to still live, but you also know that it was a really tough journey for them because of this illness, this cancer that they had. So it's also like asking for forgiveness, because if they kept living, then they would be still suffering. So saving a life in such a moment probably isn't worth it, but you still kinda wish you could have more time with your loved one. Well, this poem is also some kind of promise of making all of their dreams come true, because they passed away way too soon, and there were so many things that they wanted to do. And the very first moment when my dad died, I felt like I want to do what I can for him right now. And then I recall the last day when we spent together, and I had no idea that I would be the last one with whom he would spend his last day. And at the same time I'm very thankful, but at the same time it's a very tough situation to know that it was literally the last day of his life. And despite everything, I really saw that my dad was a very brave man. And well, until the end, I hope he would see my wedding and hold his grandchildren in his arms, and we planned a little trip by the sea, because we haven't been there since 2021, and we thought we still have time, as I say it in this poem. And later I repeat words of this very first version of the song that I wrote 11 years ago, and then I come back with another verse from my poem. It's about simply the wish they could come home, and you know that it's impossible, and it's just simply breaking your heart that they are gone. But it's also some kind of relief, because at least they don't feel pain anymore. And I think it's very important when you are very, very hungry, but you know you can't eat because of this illness. Well, and then the chorus is repeated for the last time, and some kind of intro appears at the end of this song, and that's simply the last verse of this poem. And it's like saying, I know it's just a goodbye for now, but we will meet one day again there in your new house in heaven. Yep. Well, so yeah, that's this poem, and that's the song, Just Be My Angel. And this poem was called simply Goodbye Dad. And I don't know, maybe I could add the second title to this song as well. Maybe it makes sense. Yep, I just thought of this right at this moment. So, well, I think you know everything that you needed to know about this song, and if you want to check out a little audio with a snippet of me singing these lines, you can find it on my YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Just search for Alisa Agnes, double L, one S, and well, you probably know what to expect in the next week. We will finish talking about the psycho treacherous Romeo, and well, I guess that's all that I needed to say. Yep, so simply until the next time, yep, bye.